This time the Quick Speed Shop, it's time to put the front sheet metal on the Model A Hot Rod Shop Truck. I'm a professional, don't try this at home. Alright, the first thing we're going to do is put the grill shell on. Now that the radiator's filled, I'm ready to rock and roll. I'm going to try to put it on here without scratching the paint on the headlight bar like I did last time when I took it out of here. Because it's an awful tight fit. Oh no, the wires are boning me. Here we go. Bam. These are going to go up in here. That. Yeah, I got some old school asphalt loom to put on these to cover up these wires, and these will get just like that. Perfect. My bottom bolts here, my bottom tabs, I got to wait till I put the hood side pieces on and to hold the top down, but I've got to grind and paint those, so I'm just going to hang the grill shell on here for now, put the two top bolts in, then I can put the hood top on, and then we'll put the sides on last. Ta-da! Alright, next we got the hood here. I bolted the hinge on in the center, which I've painted green, and it's bolted down between the grill shell and the cowl. So next we can get the hood sides. And these are going to bolt right on here. I got some new Allen screws painted black. Let's see how am I going to do this. My little cardboard template here. Should just be able to lay this right up in here. Get a nut going on here. Bam. Oh, shoot. Made a faux pas. I grabbed the fine thread nuts instead of the coarse thread ones. How did I do that? Hold on a second. I think I can close this. There we go. Gotta switch out my nuts. I had Phillips head screws, and I went and switched out the Allen head button screws here and give it a little more machine feel. Looks a little more right for what I want to do here versus a Phillips head. This hood was junk. The piano hinge was broke right out of it, so I bought this industrial piano hinge that I've been using here ever since I put the hood on it. Cut it down to fit, then bolted the hood down, so we got kind of an industrial bolt look going down through the center. I'll bring you over in a second so you can see it. So I get all these nuts on here. Mounted that hood ornament in rubber so I can spin it out of the way to open the hood sides either side. And it's coming in handy. Look at that, I had enough screws. like this. I gotta turn the hood ornament so I can get the hood open all the way. So bam, the hood goes on just like that. I'll tighten this side down, but the only sheet metal left to put on is the little filler panels that go here with the hold down for the hood. But I still gotta do a little bit of body work. I grind the welds and stuff on them, get them painted up. Bam, there we go. There's the hood on installed. It works awesome, just like it did before. Okay, now I got the paint and primer going on the side panels. That's why the truck's covered up now. But I got another little detail thing I want to work on here. These stainless steel exposed lake style headers just have bare block off plates that came with them. And they're pretty thick. They're like 3/8 of an inch thick. And I want to do two things here. The bolts that come with them, I believe, are metric. Or they're fine thread for one thing, but they might be metric too. I'm not sure. But I couldn't find any fine thread bolts to go in them that are shorter, so I got to cut all these off because they stick past the flanges about a 1/2 inch, and I don't like that. But I have another idea here. So just having these blank flat Blake flanges here, I'm thinking about taking this 3-inch piece of mandrel exhaust tube I had laying left over from the exhaust system. I'm thinking about putting little turn downs right on the end of these caps, and I can cut them out of this mandrel bend and make them short, probably maybe 2-3 inches long, and they'll just bend out a little bit and have a slash cut at the end, just to give a little detail, like, you know, like the ends of these pipes are open when they're not, but just something a little nicer than just a blank cap here on the end of the header. So I've got a piece of 3-inch mandrel bent aluminized tubing. I think this is going to be good for cutting the pieces out. It's got to get a nice mandrel bend that's not crinkled or anything, so we can make a nice little swoop out of here. So I'm going to work on that. I'm going to start right here where the straight leg is, right at the straight, cut it off here, then use the bend and go probably like 3 inches on the bend, then cut it off at the slash. So the flat portion will be here, and then it'll bend out here like this. So let me mark onto this with a marker and cut it out. And I'll put the pieces and hold them up and see what we got. Oh! I think that's going to work pretty good, so I'm going to go ahead and cut the other one off at this time. Alright, here's the pieces cut out and ground the edges down. So this is the straight edge here. So that goes on there, and I think it'll look pretty good. It flows the pipe. You know, this pipe's probably 3.5 inch diameter, but that doesn't matter. The cap is smaller. It's still short where the door will clear it, and it just gives a little turn down look here. So I think what I want to do is just eyeball up like an angle. I could have them come straight down, but you don't usually see that. And I don't want to just straight out like that, I don't think. I think I want to do kind of like a 45, looking down a little bit. Down at the road. That also keep you from looking in there and seeing that it's a cap. Maybe you'll think, hey, is that straight through? So I think I want to do that, about a 45 down. And I'm going to mark the side of the cap with a marker and mark this so I don't get them all out of whack. But I think this is going to be pretty cool. Give a neat little look. Kind of dress up this plain cap. Kind of like the look of that. So I'm going to go ahead and put a couple of witness marks with a marker to keep lined up here. I can obviously wipe all this marker off later, because I still need to center this up. When I take the cap off to weld it, I'll need to find center and get this thing centered up. I just want to get some witness marks so I can get this at the right angle that I want on there, and I think it's going to look pretty good. I had an idea. I think I'm just going to tack these on because they're not functional, and I'm going to do it on the inside so there won't be any welding showing on the outside, and there won't be any grinding and all that, and it might give a cleaner look. So I've used a compass. I use this compass. I drew a 3-inch circle on the center, the place I got this thing lined up. I got my witness marks, where they gotta be, pretty much. Right there. I'm wondering if I can get in here. I should be able to. Oh yeah. Look at that. Yeah, I like that. I'm gonna go ahead and just throw a couple more good tacks up on the inside of this to seal around there, and I think it's gonna be good. Now there's no finishing required on the outside of that because all the welding's on the inside. That's a good idea. Perfect. I just take my compass here and I go right in the center. It's probably faint. I don't know if you can see it on the camera. But I just went here in the center and I put some witness marks over by the bolt holes with the compass like that. And that tells you where I got to be. And then I set this up on here like so. And I can center it up in my pencil marks, which are a little hard to see. I've got a glare going here, so I'm just going to put a little mark on each one. That'll keep me centered up. There we go. Keep me centered up on here. And then I'm also taking this one and comparing, because I just eyeballed these when I drew them out on the truck. I want to kind of match, so if I match my witness marks, where's my witness marks on this one? Looks like my angle, the dangle is off on this side, so I'm going to turn this until it eyeballs up at a pretty good angle with the other side. That looks about good there. Go ahead and give her the tack. Bam, that's how you do it. That's how I make two custom little turn down actions. That looks great. I'm just going to try them up on the truck. That one's warm, this one's cooled down a little bit. Let's go ahead and put it on the truck, and then the thing I'm going to do is I'm going to blast the inside of these flat black just so it looks like exhaust had been in them. Or at least back up here on the plate. Well, actually it'll burn off. What am I thinking? It'll be fine. I'm just going to throw them up on like this. Then I'll take some thinner and I'll get the marks off here in a minute. But let's put it on the truck. Over here. Over here. All right, see how we look. Bam, look at that. That's awesome. A little turn down action. Let's check it on the door. Probably should have thought of that ahead of time, but oh yeah, nowhere near the door. So that's cool. So that just adds a little bit of detail here. I mean, you had just pipe just coming off flat with a flat disc. Now it's got a cool little turn down on it that looks more like more like it's finished and more like, you know, the exhaust can be functional that way. So I think that's pretty cool to put that little detail on there. I think it'd be fine just tacking it on the inside. That'd be perfect. It'll stay right on here, and there won't be any welds to grind on the outside, and it'll look like it's made to be on here. So that's pretty awesome. So that's probably about it for this video. I kind of lost track of what I was doing, so I hope it's long enough, but if it isn't, this is the things that are getting down to the nitty-gritty here on the truck, so I'm running out of a lot of big projects. We got just a couple more. We got to put the bed in the floor, or the floor in the bed, I'm sorry. Gonna make that out of oak boards, I think. I think I got some. I gotta go check. And we're also gonna build a little bed rail system and back window protector in the box to kind of outfit it with the shop truck look in the back. So we're gonna be working on that real soon. But I just wanted to finish off this exhaust. I think it adds a little bit of flair and it looks kind of cool. So thanks for watching. Please subscribe. I'm putting out new videos every Wednesday and Saturday. Hit the bell for alerts, tell your friends, and we'll see you right back here at the Quick Speed Shop for finishing up the Model A Hot Rod Shop Truck.